Welcome back to the Acoustic Songs Quiz, Part 2. 25 more songs, stripped back. No lyrics, just pure melody. Can you guess the song from the acoustic version? Let's find out. Out. Question 1. It's getting a little bit country. Here it comes. That fiddle, that hook. Timber by Pitbull featuring Kesha. Fun fact, the violin hook in Timber was sampled from a 1998 song by C Music Factory. Old school meets new school, and the charts absolutely loved it. Question 2. This one messes with your feelings a little bit. Listen carefully. The Weeknd strikes again. But which one is it? Can't Feel My Face? By The Weeknd. Fun fact, despite its upbeat pop sound, the song is actually about drug addiction. The Weeknd is very good at hiding dark lyrics behind extremely catchy melodies. Sneaky genius. Yeehaw meets trap music in the most unexpected way. Here's your clue. Country roads, but make it bop. Old Town Road by Lil Nas X. Fun fact, Old Town Road was initially rejected by Billboard's country chart for not being country enough. It then went on to break the all-time record for weeks at number 1 on the Hot 100. Records go brrrr. Question 4. Unana, what's her name? Listen in. Think Cuba. Think warmth. Think absolute pop perfection. Havana by Camila Cabello. Fun fact, Camila had never actually been to Havana when she wrote this song. She wrote it based on stories her Cuban family told her. Proof that imagination and good songwriting go a very long way. Question 5. This one moves fast. Very fast. Here comes the hook. Young, fast, and absolutely everywhere in 2021. Stay by The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. Fun fact, The Kid Laroi was just 17 years old when Stay was released and shot to number 1 globally. 17. Most 17-year-olds are worrying about their homework. Question 6. Somebody that you used to know. Listen carefully. That xylophone is a massive clue. Don't ignore it. Somebody that I used to know. By Gotye, featuring Kimbra. Fun fact, Gotye is Belgian-Australian, and his real name is Wouter de Bakker. After this song hit number 1 worldwide, he largely stepped back from the spotlight. A man of mystery and excellent taste in xylophones. Question 7. Welcome to the ruins. Here we go. Ayo. Come on, what's the song? Pompeii by Bastille. Fun fact, Bastille lead singer Dan Smith wrote this song imagining what it would be like to be frozen in time, like the victims of the Mount Vesuvius eruption. Heavy concept, absolute banger result. Question 8. This one sneaks right into your soul. Listen in. It's powerful, emotional, and a little bit dark. Demons by Imagine Dragons. Fun fact, this song was inspired by Dan Reynolds' Mormon faith and his internal struggle between good and evil. Deep stuff wrapped in an absolute hit. Imagine Dragons never do things by halves. Instantly recognizable in all of pop history. Here comes the strings. Sweeping, dramatic, orchestral genius, Viva la Vida by Coldplay. Fun fact, Viva la Vida was produced by Brian Eno and inspired by Frida Kahlo's final self-portrait. A painting about mortality inspired one of the biggest songs of 2008. Art talks to art. Gentle, beautiful, and totally timeless. Listen carefully. A color, a feeling. What is it? Yellow by Coldplay. Fun fact, Chris Martin famously wrote this song while looking at the stars one night and was so moved he just wrote the word yellow repeatedly until it became a song. Spontaneous genius, or possibly too much fresh air. Question 11. This one hits with the force of an apocalypse. Here it comes. Heavy, punchy, unstoppable, radioactive by Imagine Dragons. Fun fact, Radioactive spent a record-breaking 87 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, the longest run of any rock song in chart history at the time. That is genuinely outrageous. Voice can shatter glass and your heart simultaneously. Listen in. Soaring, sweeping, spectacular, chandelier by Sia. Fun fact, Sia wrote and recorded Chandelier in just one day. One single day. The rest of us spend a week writing a shopping list. In 13. I am something. What am I? Here comes the hook. Bulletproof? Invincible? Stronger than you think? Titanium by David Guetta featuring Sia. Fun fact, Sia originally recorded a full version of Titanium for herself, but agreed to give it to Guetta when he asked. She has admitted she somewhat regrets this, given how enormous it became. Oops. Intro is legendary. Absolutely legendary. Listen carefully. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time is running out for your answer. Clocks by Coldplay. Fun fact, the piano riff in Clocks was written almost by accident during a recording session. Chris Martin started playing it randomly, and the band knew instantly it was special. Happy accidents are the best kind. Question 15. A sky full of something. What? Here it comes. Big, building, beautiful, a sky full of stars by Coldplay. Fun fact, this song was co-written and produced by Avicii. Two legends, one absolute anthem. The universe clearly wanted this song to exist. Question 16. This is one dark horse of a question. Listen up. Don't make me your enemy. What's the song? Dark Horse by Katy Perry. Fun fact, the music video for Dark Horse features Katy Perry as an Egyptian pharaoh and has over 3 billion views on YouTube. 3 billion views! Ancient Egypt never looked so good. We're heading back to the 80s, and it is glorious. Here it comes. Jitterbug. What's the song? Wake Me Up Before You Go by Wham. Fun fact, George Michael wrote this after misreading a note that said, "Wake me up before you go," written twice by accident. A typo became a #1 hit. Language is wild. And 18. Everybody cut. Everybody cut. Listen carefully. This one lives rent-free in everyone's head. Footloose by Kenny Loggins. Fun fact, Footloose was written for the 1984 film about a town that banned dancing. The most dramatic premise for a film ever. Also, it worked. The internet's most beloved song, apparently. Here comes the intro. The rain's down in where? Africa by Toto. Fun fact, Africa experienced a massive viral revival in 2018 when Weezer recorded a cover version after a fan campaign. The original shot back up the charts. The internet can be wonderful sometimes. Question 20. Whoa, we're halfway there. Listen in. Take my hand and tell me what this song is. Livin' on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Fun fact, John Bon Jovi almost cut this song from the album because he thought it wasn't good enough. His manager overruled him. It went to #1 globally. Managers earn their money sometimes. Question 21. Don't stop. Something. Here it comes. Classic rock. Every karaoke night in history. What is it? Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Fun fact, Don't Stop Believin' is the best-selling digital catalog track by a 20th century artist in history. It wasn't even released as a single when it came out. It just grew and never stopped. Question 22. This riff will pump you up instantly. Listen carefully. Think training montages. Think determination. Think Rocky, Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. Fun fact, Sylvester Stallone called the band directly and asked them to write a song for Rocky III after the rights to Another One Bites the Dust fell through. They wrote it in 3 days. Champions, all of them, all. The most recognizable bass line in pop music history. Listen in. every breath, every move. Can you name it? Every Breath You Take by The Police. Fun fact, despite sounding romantic, Sting has said this song is about obsession and surveillance, not love. It remains the most played song in radio history. People really need to listen more carefully to lyrics. Question 24, Country Roads, Take Me Home. Here comes the chorus. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Come on, you know this. Take Me Home, Country Roads by John Denver. Fun fact, John Denver was actually from New Mexico, not West Virginia. He'd only visited once before, writing this song. Sometimes the heart just knows where home should be. Question 25. And this one is pure funk gold. Listen carefully. Badia. Say, do you remember? September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Fun fact, the Badia lyrics were essentially made up on the spot, and Morris White refused to change them, saying the phonetics were more important than the meaning. He was absolutely right. Badia forever.